World War II, also called the Second World War, conflict that evolved virtually every part of the world during the years 1939 to 1945. The principal belligerents were the Axis powers Germany, Italy, and Japan, and the Allies France, Great Britain, and the United States, the Soviet Union, and to a lesser extent, China. The war was in many respects a continuation after an uneasy 20-year hiatus of the disputes left unsettled by World War I. The 40 million to 50 million deaths incurred in World War II make it the bloodiest conflict as well as the largest war in history. World War II began in Europe on September 1, 1939, when Germany invaded Poland. The Great Britain and the France responded by declaring war on Germany on September 3. The war between the USSR and the Germany began on June 24, 1941, with the Operation Barbarossa. The German invasion of the Soviet Union. The war in the Pacific began on December 7 and 8, 1941, when Japan attacked the American naval base at Pearl Harbor and other American, Dutch, and British military installations throughout Asia.
The outbreak of war. By the early part of 1939, the German dictator Adolf Hitler had become determined to invade and occupy Poland. Poland, for its part, had guarantees of French and British military support should it be attacked by Germany. Hitler intended to invade Poland anyway, but first he had to neutralize the possibility that the Soviet Union would resist an invasion of its western neighbor. Secret negotiations led on August 23 to 24 to the signing of the German-Soviet Non-Aggression Pact in Moscow. In a secret protocol of this pact, the Germans and the Soviets agreed that Poland should be divided between them, with the western third of the country going to Germany and the eastern two-thirds being taken over by the USSR. Victory laid plans for final victory in World War II, the patience and control of Germany. But more important, Churchill, Roosevelt, and Stalin dedicated their nations to the foundations for permanent peace through United Nations organization. 50 nations had met to form the United Nations organizations. President Truman came from Washington for the signing of the historic charter. Foreign Minister Molotov of the Soviet Union lent his presence to the solemn and hopeful expression of man's resolution to live in peace. And the United Nations were united. The Big Five, China, Russia, Britain, France, and the United States, lead the people of the world as they launch the rule of international law and a Bill of Human Rights, a rule of law. They believed no nations, large or small, would dare defy.
The Philippine flag was first raised in Kawit Cavite by Emilio Aguinaldo, marking the independence of Filipinos from the Spanish government on June 12, 1898. Happy 122nd Philippine Independence! Mabuhay!